Hello rail fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft locomotive tutorial. Today, we're going to be building the Amtrak ACS64 City Sprinter electric locomotive. And as you can see, this one has a cab at both ends here. So let's get right into the build. As usual, the first step is to take out a dark oak stair for the coupler, and we'll attach that up. Under it, we'll put a dark oak fence gate for an airline. Come up on the locomotive behind it, delete the fence gates on either side of the coupler, and replace them with two dark oak fence gates on each side. On the next block in front of that, on bottom, we're going to put three deep slate brick stairs facing backwards and right side up. Above that, we're going to put a row of gray concrete that's 5 blocks wide, coming out to each side of the rails. Then we're going to put an item frame on each side of the gray concrete. Once we have that in place, we're going to swing around behind it here, and on each side of the gray concrete, an upside down outward facing polished deep slate stair. Then under the stair, we're going to put a polished deep slate slab, so there's a little step ladder here. Same thing on this side. Then we'll fill in the three in between the stairs with gray concrete. In front of that, 3 gray concrete coming up the middle on the second layer. On the outsides of that, we're going to put 3 deep slate brick stairs upside down, facing outward. And then same thing on this side over here. Next, on the next block in front of it, we're going to put a netherite on each rail for wheels, with an end rod in between them to be axles. In front of that, we're going to make a 3x4 of gray concrete. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then on the ends of the wheels, we're going to open dark oak fence gates into them. And we also open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels down on this end here. Then we're going to take out a polished deep slate stair upside down facing backwards here, 2 slabs on bottom, and then an upside down forward facing stair. Same pattern on this side here. Then we're going to put a wither skeleton skull on the sides of each wheel. Same thing over here. Then we'll switch over to gray concrete and we'll start filling in the top middle 3 on the second layer down the length of this truck. We'll bring it down 1 block past where the fence gates are here. Then we're going to take out a polished deep slate slab, put 3 on the bottom of this. Then we're going to extend it forward another 9 blocks, so we end up with a rectangle of slabs that's a 10x3. So fill this all in 3 wide here. Then on the outside edges of this, we're going to skip 2 from the end, and we're going to put 2 sticking out on the outside. And then same thing down here, skip 2 from the end. And then we copy it over here. And then we'll continue filling the top middle 3 with gray concrete down to the end of this section here. Then on this one where it sticks out, we put 2 sideways anvils. Here we're going to put a brewing stand, and then we're going to put a grindstone. But we need to make sure it's sideways like this. We do the same thing over here, and it looks like I miscalculated that one. We need to move it forward by 1. So I'll put another slab on the front, delete the back one. Then we'll do the same thing, a sideways grindstone, a brewing stand, and then 2 sideways anvils on this one up here. Then on the front of this second layer, we're going to put 1 more row of 3 gray concrete across here. Then on the next block down, a netherite on each rail with an end rod axle for the second truck. In front of that, a 3x4 of gray concrete. Another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then we'll take a polished deep slate stair here, upside down facing forward here on each side, then facing backwards on this end of it, and then 2 slabs on the bottom hitbox on each side in the middle there. Then we put a wither skeleton skull on the sides of each of the wheels. Then we'll take a dark oak fence gate, open it into the end of this wheel, and into the end of this wheel. Come down here and open them into the ends of both of these wheels. Then we'll go back to gray concrete and continue filling the top middle 3 down the length of this truck. Stop above where the fence gates are for now. In front of that, 3 gray concrete coming up the top middle, and an upside down deep slate brick stairs, 3 of them facing outward on each side of that. Then 3 gray concrete across this end, and an upside down polished deep slate stair facing outward on each side of that. Underneath it, a polished deep slate slab on each side under the stairs. Then, in front of it, on the next block down facing forward, 3 deep slate brick stairs on bottom. Above that, 5 gray concrete across the top. Then we'll turn around, stack up a dark oak stair here to be the coupler, delete the ones we used for placement, put a dark oak fence gate under it, and then open dark oak fence gates on either side of the coupler. Then we're going to go in and grab an item frame, put an item frame on each side of this gray concrete. And I do apologize here. I realized I made a mistake. It doesn't match the other end. We're too far forward by 1. So we have to move everything on this end backwards. So we're going to come and knock out this first gray concrete block and replace it with an upside down deep slate brick stair on each side, because we have to move everything back. Then we'll delete these ones, put gray concrete there, and we'll delete everything off this front end because it's too far forward. I do apologize for this. We'll delete these stairs and the slabs under them. Under here we put 3 deep slate brick stairs facing forward and a gray concrete on each of the top corners. Then here an upside down polished deep slate stair facing outward on each side and a polished deep slate slab under it on each side. Then we'll re-detail the front here. So take out a dark oak stair for a coupler and get it stacked up. Then we need to grab a dark oak fence gate, put a fence gate under that coupler, and open fence gates on either side of the coupler here, and then an item frame on each side. Sorry about that. Now it's symmetrical and matches the other side. Now we need to make a banner, so get out a loom and come into it. We use a black banner and blue dye, make 1/2 blue. Then another one with blue on the opposite side. Then we're going to switch to red dye, and we'll make the bottom half of both of these red. Then we switch over to black dye, and we put a black border around both of them, and then a black plus shape on both of them. This represents all the caps for the MU ports, so we'll come place this on the locomotive here. So we'll come up here where these item frames are, and we want to put them so the black corner is on the outside edge. And this locomotive has the same thing at the rear end, so we do the same thing here. Put them with the black corner to the outside edge here. Now we'll take out red concrete 1 block in from the end here, and we'll come 5 blocks across here. Then we'll swing around behind it, and on the outside edges, bring red concrete all the way down both sides. Just keep it coming here. And then same thing when we get down to this end, we're going to stop one block for the end and come all the way across. After that, on the next layer up, we're going to go all the way around this rectangle with a single layer of clay. Then on top of the end here, 3 blue concrete in the middle and a clay on each side. Then we'll run a single layer of clay all the way down each side to the other end. Then on this end, 3 blue concrete in the middle down here as well. Then we're going to take dark prismarine stairs and we're going to put 1 on each outside edge like this. Then a blue concrete behind it, 3 cyan stained glass across the middle. 3 cyan stained glass panes on that front middle here so the window's kind of rounded. Then we'll put a dark prismarine stair on each outside blue block here. And then in between them, 3 cyan stained glass blocks. Then we're going to do the same thing on this end because there's 2 caps. So a stair on each side, blue concrete behind it, a stair above that. Then 2 rows of 3 cyan stained glass blocks here, and 3 cyan stained glass panes on that bottom front. Next we put a blue concrete behind each of the top dark prismarine stairs, and then same thing on this end. We'll put a clay block underneath that blue concrete on both sides. Same thing down here. Then behind it, we'll extend clay out 3 blocks long. And then 1 coming up. Same thing over there. In these gaps, 2 cyan stained glass panes on each side. Then the same down here, so extend clay 3 down and 1 up. 3 down, 1 up. Cyan stained glass panes on each of the gaps there. Then we'll put a white stained glass pane on each of these blue concrete blocks for mirrors. And we'll do the same thing down at this end. Then on the next block behind this, we're going to knock out a column of these 2 clay blocks and the red concrete below it. Same thing on that side, we have to build our ladder. Starting down here, we're going to put 3 right side up polished deep slate stairs, 1 upside down stair above it. We'll do the same thing here, 3 right side up stairs, 1 upside down stair. And of course we do the same thing at this end, so knock out this column here, 3 right side up stairs, and an upside down stair above it. And then same thing here, knock out this column, 3 right side up stairs, and an upside down stair above it. Then on the tops of each of all these stairs, we're going to put a door. So 1 on each side on both ends. Then we're going to come up on the front here. We're going to put a dark prismarine stair on each of these blue concretes. And then we're going to grab a block of coal and put 3 coal across the top middle here. We'll do the same thing down here. So a dark prismarine stair on each side and 3 blocks of coal in the middle. Then we come up behind the door here with clay. And we're going to put a column of 2 clay right next to the door here. And then a single layer of clay coming all the way across. And then same thing, 2 clay next to the door. Then we'll do this same pattern on that side. So a column of 2 next to each door and a single layer across the middle. Up here we're going to put a deep slate tile wall on each side. On this side, a clay and another wall. Then we'll move down here on this side and we're going to do a wall, a clay, a wall, a clay, and another wall. Fill the rest of this with clay. This side is slightly different. We just put 1 wall down at this end and fill the rest with clay because the vent pattern is asymmetrical from side to side. Now we're going to come on the top outside edge here, start behind the stair with blue concrete, and we're going to bring it down till it's 1 block past the door. Same thing on this side down here. And then we'll do the other side. Same thing, blue concrete from the stair till it's 1 block past the door. Then on the rest of this top outside edge, we're going to run a line of dark prismarine slabs. We need to do the same thing over here. So a line of dark prismarine slabs across the top side over here. Out up here, 1 block in from the end of the blue concrete, we're going to put 2 rows of 3 smooth stone blocks coming across. And then a polished black stone button on each side like this. Then smooth stone slabs on the lower hitbox here, and 2 rows on the lower hitbox here. And then we'll do the same thing down here. So a row of slabs, 2 of them on the lower hitbox, 2 rows of smooth stone blocks. Here I screwed up, that needs to be blue concrete so it's symmetrical there. And then a row of slabs on this lower hitbox and buttons on each side. Then we're going to come up top with smooth stone slabs here. Except we need to leave this middle one open for now to mark it off. Then we'll come around behind it and come 3 across. And we'll start filling all the rest of this roof line with smooth stone slabs. Just bring it all the way down here. When we get down to this end, we're going to do the same thing, leaving that middle one open. Then where that hole is, we need to get 1 slab above it, sticking up. We'll do the same thing over here, get 1 slab above the hole, sticking up. Then we'll put a slab on each side on the block behind it, and 3 acacia fences coming across. Then on this side, skip a block, another slab, 3 acacia fences going that way. Then we'll come down and work on this other end here, and we're going to do the same thing. So a slab on each side on the block behind that, 3 fences coming across. Then, on the side closest to us on this side, we extend 3 fences coming back with a slab underneath the end. Then over here we skip 2 blocks, on the 3rd one out, a slab on each side. And we bring the fences up this side till it reaches this middle, then across to the other side, and then up the opposite side until it links up here. Then over on this side, behind this fence, we're going to open back-to-back dark oak fence gates for a horn. Then there's some electrical equipment up here. So we're going to put 2 slabs on this side with 2 flower pots on top. Then 2 slabs behind it with 2 sideways grindstones up there. Then we'll come up here. We're going to take out an acacia trapdoor. We need to get 1 in the middle facing this way, crouch, and make 3 coming back in total, then 1 on each side. This is for the pantograph that's folded down. Then we'll do 1 folded up down here. So we'll switch over to acacia fence, 1 coming back, up, then up another one, then forward, then up another one and forward. And we'll actually extend 1 out on either side temporarily here so we can place our trapdoors. So we'll put 2 here, 1 down there, and 1 on each side. Then we can delete these 3 temporary ones off the end under here. And now we have an extended up pantograph. And actually that's looking just a bit too high here, so I'm going to lower it by some. So we'll go ahead and come up here and start deleting some of this. So we'll take off this trapdoor, these 2 fences and all these trapdoors. Then this fence, we'll extend this forward by 1. We'll put 3 temporary blocks across here. Come up here and make a T-shape of acacia trapdoors. And delete these temporary blocks. Now it's a little bit lower and it looks a little bit better. Next we'll take out iron bars here. And on each side of these doorways, we'll make a column of 4 iron bars coming up. We'll do the same thing, 4 iron bars on each side of these doorways. Then we got to do the other side. Iron bars on each side of this doorway. And 1 more to go. Iron bars on the sides of this doorway. Now we're going to come up on the side here, on this top layer of clay, and we need to put in some item frames here. So we're going to put a row of item frames. That's going to end up being 6 blocks long in total. So it should be 1 before each of the vents here, on each side. Then we'll do the same thing over here. So a row of 6 item frames. Underneath that, we'll knock out a row of 6 of the clay and fill it with blue concrete for the Amtrak logo. And then a row of 4 underneath that filled with blue concrete. Come over here and do the same thing. So knock out this 6 under all the item frames. Fill it with blue concrete. And then underneath that, knock out the middle 4. Fill it with blue concrete. Then we're going to come under the side window, put a warp sign and a crimson sign, because there's a tiny American flag there. Same thing under this, a warp sign, crimson sign. Then we'll come over to this side, warp sign under this window and a crimson sign. 1 more corner to go here. A warp sign and a crimson sign under this window. Next, we have to detail the ends of the locomotive here. So we're going to swing around up front with a glow item frame and put 1 on each bottom corner of the layer of clay. Next to each item frame, a crimson button, then sea lanterns in the item frames. In the center of this blue, we're going to put a warp sign, and we're going to type the word Amtrak in all capital letters. Then we'll hit that with white dye and a glowing sack. Then we'll come above the windows, a glow item frame with a sea lantern in the middle for the headlight, and on each side, a dark oak sign with the locomotive number, which for this one is 600. Same thing on the other side there. Hit both of those signs with white dye and a glowing sack. Then of course we have to do the exact same thing on the other end here. So we'll come down here, put a warp sign in the middle of that blue, put the word Amtrak in all capitals, hit it with white dye and a glowing sack, a glow item frame on each corner on bottom there, with a crimson button next to it, sea lanterns in the item frame, another one up here with a sea lantern, and then a dark oak sign on either side with 600. Then hit both of those with white dye and a glowing sack. Now we need to make some banners, so come into a loom with a light gray banner in blue dye, a vertical on the left, horizontal on top, bottom half blue. New banner. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. Switch to light gray dye and put a light gray border around both of those. This is for the number painted on the side of the locomotive here. So we'll come up here to this front corner and we'll use our banners to put the number 600. we do the same thing at this corner down here. So put the number 600. And then of course we'll do the other side. 600 right here. And 600 right here. Now we need some more banners, so come back into our loom here with a light gray banner again in blue dye. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal in the middle. New banner. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right, upside down triangle on top. New banner. Horizontal on top, vertical in the middle. New banner. Vertical on the left, top half blue, diagonal. New banner. Vertical on the left, diagonal, and then the other diagonal. Then we're going to switch to light gray dye, and we're going to put a light gray border around all of these letter banners. Then we'll come place this, and this is what those item frames on the side were for. So in this row of item frames up here, we'll use our banners, and we'll spell out the word Amtrak. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Spell out the word Amtrak with the banners in all of these item frames. And actually we're going to come up here and knock out that one so the pantograph looks a little bit better. Now we'll do the interior, so come on in here with smooth stone slabs. And we'll put slabs across here at the same level of the door. And we'll extend it all the way up till it meets this window here. And fill it in 3 wide. And then we're going to bring slabs 3 wide all the way down to the other end. Since this is an electric locomotive, the interior is a little bit simpler. Just keep bringing the slabs down. Come past these doors. And bring it right up to the window on this side. Then on here, we'll put 3 on this upper hitbox for a control desk. Come down and do the same thing down here. Then we'll put a lever, 2 glow item frames with end crystals. That was a mistake. Do the same thing down here. 2 glow item frames with end crystals and a lever. Turn around here, a stair on each side for seats. Same thing down here, a stair on each side for seats. Then we're going to go in and grab a torch real quick here. Put a torch up here on each side to light the cab. Torch up here on each side to light the cab. Then turn around and we're going to stack 2 blast furnaces on either side with a door in the middle. And of course the same thing down here. 2 blast furnaces on either side with a door in the middle. Then come through this door here and take out white shulker boxes. Over on this side, 2 white shulker boxes, and then skip 1 and 2. An end portal in the middle for a toilet. Turn this way and put a door on that bathroom. Over here, we're going to take out pillar quartz blocks with the pattern going vertical. And we're going to make 3 columns of that. Then 4 white shulker boxes coming back, going vertically, and above it 4 sideways white shulker boxes. On this side we're going to put an anvil right here. Then we're going to grab a brewing stand, and we're going to put a brewing stand above it, and 2 brewing stands behind it in a column. Then we're going to extend white shulker boxes down 7 blocks long. And we'll go ahead and fill above it with white shulker boxes as well. Then we'll fill the rest of this side with observers. We'll have to crouch to get them right on the top here. Then we'll turn around to do the other side. We'll do 3 columns of pillar quartz blocks. Then in front of that, an anvil with a brewing stand, then 2 brewing stands, and then a pillar of quartz blocks and another pillar, and then a 2x2 of white shulker boxes. And now the interior is completed. Like I said, since this is an electric one, it's kind of simple. And there we have it, folks. We've completed our Amtrak City Sprinter ACS64 electric locomotive. And obviously I realize this is an electric locomotive on a non-electrified track, but before anyone asks, I won't be electrifying this line. It does not make sense for the city I'm building. I did this one as a request. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there, real fans.